So today we're going to talk about smart meters and 5G for my presentation. I left Tokyo in November. I had a smart meter installed outside my apartment. I moved, I had a smart meter installed again. No consultation. They didn't say, do you want a smart meter? The guy just came and installed one. And in Japan, they don't ask you if you want one. They just whack one on your apartment. Lovely. So there's no consultation, even if you're the landowner. They have a goal. They have to have everything smart, everything hooked up. So I thought, okay. In the UK, I heard that about half of people are refusing one. So I thought, we've all got a chance here. So we're going to start off smart meters. What is a smart meter? Smart meters are the new generation of gas and electricity meters. So this is from Smart Energy GB. They are being installed in homes across Great Britain at no extra cost to replace the traditional meters, including prepaid key meters. Most of us currently have ticking away under the stairs or outside our homes. What do smart meters do? A smart meter sends automatic meter readings directly and securely to your energy supplier, resulting in accurate bills and enter estimates and manual meter readings. The accompanying in-home display is a handheld digital device that sits in your home and allows you to see how much energy you're using and what it's costing you in pounds and pence in near real time. This may be called lots of things like IHD, in-home display, or smart meter display. Both your smart meter and in-home display will be installed by your energy supplier at no extra cost. Wow, I'm so excited. So this is Ecotricity. Who's heard of them? They're pushing the smart meters. They're supposed to be a green, clean company, aren't they? So, they can help you here. Smart meter hotlines, smart meter pay-as-you-go. So they're saying, as part of government plans to bring our energy system up to date, around 53 million smart meters will be fitted in over 26 million homes. Wow, so that's 2 smart meters a home. That's, don't really fancy that. It's a great move. Smart meters are the 21st century energy meters and will mean better control of your energy, more accurate bills, and better ways to save money. We'll be rolling out smart meters to Ecotricity customers from 2016. We'll get in touch with you when installments are about to start in your area. So, yeah, lots of cute pictures there, trying to encourage people into the smart meters. Now, I have come across some people. Came across someone in Totnes, I'm not going to name names, but there are people encouraging other people to change their meter, and some smart meter companies are offering commissions if you can get someone to change to a new meter. But then if you end up with a smart meter, is that what you really want? Well, let's find out at the end of this presentation. So you've got a little video here giving an alternative view on the smart meters. This was requested by a number of people, so I thought I'd have to include this one. Okay.
It's Smart Attack.
Hey, Sally, looks like you could use some help with your out-of-control energy usage. But how? With a smart meter. Yes, the new smart meters connect to all your smart appliances, like your TV, home computer, cell phone, hi-fi, heating systems, and a lot more on the way. Carefully monitoring how and where you consume energy. Isn't that great? And once you're on the smart grid, we could even help you manage those smart devices and remotely dial down your energy use. Hey, we're here to help, even though our driving force is profit. For little to no extra cost, smart meters continually emit EMF radiation, broadcasting info about all your behavior to your energy company and other third parties. They'll be able to see what you are doing and when you are doing it. Opening the fridge, switching channels, turning on the light, or running a bath, we'll know, and we'll be able to bill you with absolute accuracy. No more meter readings. Prices may rise, but look at the convenience. Your sleep, anxiety, heart rate, ability to concentrate, general well-being, and blood cells may change in proximity to a smart meter. But you won't need a meter reading. It's a fair compromise. And smart meters have never caught fire. Never. But wait, there's more. We'll even help you plan meal times, too. Once smart meters are everywhere, we'll be able to introduce and one day require time of use charging to help you save money. Want to pay less? Great! Why not have dinner at an off-peak time, say 10 p.m.? We're only thinking of you, Sally. Just like when we dropped our charges after the oil prices plummeted. Not. You'll be able to cook dinner and save money. Isn't that amazing? There's no way a smart grid can be hacked. Millions of different varying devices, all connected wirelessly to one grid, represent no security threat at all to you, your data, or our national power network. A smart grid is a safe grid. What's that, Sally? How do smart meters work? Well, I'm glad you asked. They constantly communicate using non-ionizing radiation spikes at hundreds of times per minute, which we tend not to mention, but keep that under your hat. We'll constantly gather information about what you're doing by recording which appliances you use and when. Our signals are sent wirelessly along with EMF pollution in and out of your home using an unrelenting stream of pulsed microwave signals, which are recognized by the WHO as a Class 2B carcinogen. And we'll be able to use your information to help target advertising, provide your lifestyle choices to insurance companies, and warrantless surveillance on who is doing what in your home. So many future applications to help you, Sally. So far, we have had no reports, none at all, of these smart meters bursting into flames. It's just never happened. We realize there's no legal obligation for anyone to accept a smart meter, but we'll keep on implying there is to get as many installed as we can by 2020. Hey, we're making money here! Smart meters!
Who wants a smart meter now? Don't see many hands up. Only joking. Okay, so smart meters health. So some of the things in the video, they communicate using non-ionizing radiation, spikes at hundreds of times per minute. Your sleep, anxiety, heart rate, ability to concentrate, general well-being, and blood cells may change when in proximity to a smart meter. Well, we've got a little video on that about what happens to your blood cells, so let's check that one out.
While industry has failed to do any peer-reviewed studies on smart meters and health effects, a growing body of independent research is now starting to accumulate.
In our second set of tests, we're using the smart meter. Before the exposure, we see the same thing as we saw in the first samples. Normal cell walls, fairly separated and looking healthy. So after 2 minutes of exposure in front of the smart meter at about 1 foot away, we see a totally different story. Sample 1, you can see a lot of degradation in the cells. The cell walls have been broken, and you see changes in the cells which are called mycoplasma. It shows a mutation to the cell. In the second sample, we see a different type of degradation to the cell membranes. You can see a corrugation here. This is called bottle cap formation, and it's known that this occurs due to oxidation or exposure to free radicals. So this third subject, when we did her sample, she had to be pulled away from the meter after 45 seconds because she complained about an increasingly severe headache. And here you see a phenomenon called rouleau, where the red blood cells are stacking up, which makes it very difficult for the blood to deliver oxygen to the tissues as they would be their normal function. Every single one of these is a degradation. Every single one of these shows a trauma to the blood cells. And that came from something, and the only variable was the smart meter.
What's going on here? This is a wireless device which is unproven scientifically, which all the evidence so far proves is dangerous or questionable, which should therefore be studied intensely before it's released to the public. Clever people called the technology smart to make it seem intimidating so no one would question it. Some smart ad man came up with that and got paid $300,000 to call it a smart meter so you would feel less knowledgeable, which they know we feel, and then you wouldn't question the smart people putting it in your house. So I call them not smart meters, dangerous meters.
So, signals are sent wirelessly along with EMF, electromagnetic frequency pollution, in and out of your home using an unrelenting stream of pulsed microwave signals, which are recognized by the WHO, the World Health Organization, as a Class 2B carcinogen. What does carcinogen mean? Anybody? No? Causes cancer. Substance capable of causing cancer in living tissue. So we've got a doctor now giving us a little bit of insight into electromagnetic radiation and also mentions smart meters. Let's just have a quick listen to him.
I'm Dietrich Klinghardt. I'm a medical doctor. When we look deeper, what is it that has changed in the last 15, 20 years that these chronic infections have become so prevalent? And what we discovered is very simple. It's the exposure to electromagnetic fields. The only thing that parallels the exponential increase in in chronic neurological illness, with the low-grade depression, the insomnia, the muscle aches and pains, and the fatigue, and the strange neurological symptoms with tingling, numbness, vibration in the body. That increases exponentially. The number of children to be diagnosed autistic doubles every 5 years now. There's no more an issue, well, are we overdiagnosing it? No, it doubles every 5 years. The only thing that parallels that increase is the increased exposure to man-made electromagnetic fields, largely in the high-frequency range. There's some exceptions that have also increased, but largely it's the high-frequency range from cell phone radiation, from the Tetra network that the police and other systems are using. The smart meters are the worst invention that we've followed in the last 2 years. There's absolutely devastating consequences that I will share with you. The only development that parallels the exponential increase that we observe in neurological disease is the exponential increase in exposure to man-made electromagnetic fields. So as a scientist, we don't have to look very far, but neurological disease, Parkinson's, MS, ALS, autism, learning disabilities in children, behavioral problem in children, that's all exploding exponentially. And the only thing that fits from an environmental perspective and from a epidemiological perspective is that this is the electromagnetic waves that are penetrating our body that are responsible for this. And fortunately enough, we have good science now.
5G. 5G, what is it? 5G.co.uk. Anyone excited about 5G? Don't see any hands again. 5th generation mobile network. Super fast download speeds, okay? It's from 5G.co.uk. Can handle multiple high demand applications at once, from connected cars to the IoT, the Internet of Things, and all that jazz. Emergence of more IoT, smart devices, phones, fridges, lights, also drones, RFID chips. What are we putting on our cats and dogs nowadays? We're chipping them. Why is that? Are they going to be connected to the Internet of Things? Smart meters, smart fridges, smart motorways, smart cities, smart phones, smart bins, smart watches, smart baby monitors, smart pills, smart bands, automated lighting, street lamps. We've now got LED street lamps that beam electromagnetic radiation. Why do we need radiation coming out of our street lamps? Pitched is efficient and energy saving. Everything connected, making decisions without human input and massive data gathering. FCC. Anybody know what the FCC is? Federal Communications Commission. It's a government body in the US. Tom Wheeler is the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, a US government agency responsible for regulating the radio, television, and phone industries. The FCC regulates all interstate communications such as wire, satellite, and cable, and international communications. So let's have a little listen to Tom Wheeler, shall we?
The big game changer is that 5G will use much higher frequency bands than previously thought viable for mobile broadband and other applications. Such millimeter wave signals have physical properties that are both a limitation and a strength. They tend to travel best in narrow and straight lines, and they do not go through physical objects as well. But brilliant engineers have developed new antennas that can aim and amplify signals. Now, to make this work, the 5G build-out is going to be very infrastructure intensive, requiring massive deployment of small cells. I'm confident that the actions will lead to a cornucopia of unanticipated, innovative uses and will generate tens of billions of dollars in economic activity. And that's damn important, because it means that U.S. companies will be the first out of the gate. And that is why 5G is a national priority, and stay out of the way of technological development. Unlike some countries, we do not believe that we should spend the next couple of years studying what 5G should be or how it should operate. The future has a way of inventing itself. Turning innovators loose is far preferable to expecting committees and regulators to define the future. We won't wait for the standards. We're already seeing the industry gearing up to seize this opportunity. Verizon and AT&T tell us they'll begin deploying 5G trials in 2017, and the first commercial deployments they're talking about are expected in 2020. And we're not done. As part of our July 14 action, we also plan to ask for comments on opening up other high-frequency bands. Many of the high-frequency bands that we will make available for 5G currently have some satellite users, as well as some Defense Department applications, or at least the possibility of future satellite and defense users. This means sharing will be required between satellite and terrestrial wireless, an issue that is especially relevant in the 28 gigahertz band. But if anyone tells you that they know the details of what 5G is going to become, run the other way. If something can be connected, it will be connected. Hundreds of billions of microchips connected in products from pill bottles to plant waterers. We must reject the notion that the 5G future will be the sole provenance of urban areas. The 5G revolution will touch all corners of our country. A lot more antenna siting decisions by local governments, and tightened our shot clock for siting application reviews. America's local governments will play an important role in determining how we fulfill this national priority. You can be sure of only one thing. The biggest Internet of Things application has yet to be imagined. Tens of billions of dollars in economic activity. And that's damn important.
We absolutely have to stop him, don't we? Yeah! Can I hear that a bit louder? Yeah! Thank you. I don't like that guy very much. Okay. Questions raised over 5G links to cancer as mobile network is tested in Bristol. Did anybody hear about this one? This was just a couple of weeks ago. They tested 5G frequencies on rats. They developed stomach tumours, brain tumours. Brain cancer is now the leading cancer killer of kids. My mother died from a brain tumour in 2014 from her phone. Exactly where she was holding her dock phone. It's a wireless phone, home phone. She used to be wired. Exactly where she was holding it, she developed a tumour and died. That's what got me investigating this. 5G tree threat. New 5G phone system could face reception problems from trees with too many leaves. So how about that? The trees are saving us. Sheffield's council's secret plan to cut down half of its 36,000 trees despite previously insisting it did not have a target. So obviously the trees are in the way of the 5G. Okay. And Ian Crane's been very kindly talking about that on his channel, about the trees. Millions of trees at risk in secretive network rail felling program. This is just insanity. Danish school experiment with Wi-Fi routers. So they grew some watercress, they had some seeds. They put next to the Wi-Fi router, they had some other ones that they put in another room. The ones in the other room grew, the ones next to the router didn't grow. So this is not just toxic against us, it's all life. As more countries ban iPads and mobile phones from the classroom, could Wi-Fi be giving our children cancer? Okay, Barry Trower, this is someone I met this morning. Physicist, microwave weapons expert, Royal Navy, British Secret Service. He is now advising various people around the world about what they can do about this problem. And he said there's a solution. There are doctors in this country who can actually diagnose and give documentation about harm caused by electromagnetic frequencies. And there's also, you can make a notice of liability that have been given in to these people who have signed off on masts or smart meters, etc. And they've had progress having them removed. So I only chatted with Barry a little bit today, but I got a lot of exciting information from him, and the Empower movement is also a part of that. So I'm going to be keeping my site updated. As soon as I get all the details, I'm going to put it up. I had a video interview with him. The Cooking of Humanity, that's him with Deborah Tavares. It's stopthecrime.net, her website. She also talks about this problem. Li-Fi via LED light bulb data speed breakthrough. Anybody have LED lights in here? LED bulbs? Li-Fi, also a problem. LEDs, they're supposed to be energy efficient, right? Like the smart meters get us on all these energy efficient devices. The incandescents, according to a lot of doctors, the Dr. McCullough and a number of others, they are the healthiest light bulb, and I've got a number of friends in Totnes who requested the traditional ones. Shop at the Top of Town does it, since they've been having eye problems. Medical experts who refuse to use low-energy light bulbs in their homes. Professors have stocked up on old-style bulbs to protect against skin cancer and blindness. Solutions. Holding companies and individuals liable to account for causing harm. Spreading the word about the dangers of wireless technology to others. Getting your home hardwired, LAN cables instead of Wi-Fi. Phone companies can turn off Wi-Fi remotely. So I've got a friend in the audience here, and they did not turn the Wi-Fi off properly over the phone when requested. You have to ask them to do it remotely. It seems very difficult. It seems like a real challenge, but I have friends who have managed to do it because they've got to give you your Wi-Fi, haven't they? Refusing a smart meter, submitting Freedom of Information Acts to seek more information on 5G rollout, giving up smart tech. So I've got one other video.
So hi, my name's Kevin Modis. I'm with the California Brain Tumor Association, but actually collaborate with 10 other groups. One of the groups is emfscientist.org, emfscientist.org. That's 220 doctors and scientists from 39 countries who have looked at health effects from wireless radiation. And from their work and the work of others, we can clearly say that wireless radiation can cause cancer, neurological problems, immune system disorders, and reproductive harm. Clearly, our scientists, along with the other groups I work with, which are composed of people who are developing wireless health effects from their various sources. For instance, people developing brain tumors from their cell phone and the radiation emits. People developing neurological symptoms from the Wi-Fi, from school Wi-Fi. People developing neurological and cancerous health effects from simple smart meters. Smart meters being little wireless meters that are put on people's homes so that people don't have to come by and read the meter themselves manually. So regardless of the source, and cell towers are the most powerful source of wireless radiation emissions, regardless of the source, the health effects can be the same. So what brings me here today is the rollout of 5G technology. And people need to understand that 5G technology is very different from 2G, 3G, and 4G that preceded it. And that is because the wireless radiation is using a higher frequency. Our current wireless technology uses about 1 gigahertz to 4 gigahertz. This new 5G technology is ultra high frequency, ultra high intensity, and it's 24 gigahertz to 90 gigahertz. To put this in some type of perspective, 90 gigahertz is 90 billion electromagnetic waves per second hitting your body. We know people are already getting sick from the lower frequencies, and we expect, that is our scientists expect, that these higher, ultra high frequency microwaves are going to bring people to disease quicker and in a more intense form. The other problem with 5G technology is these microwaves are very short. So our old microwaves were about 2.5 to 3 feet long. These are now about 1 inch to half an inch long, and they don't travel very well. So they're going to have to put a little cell tower transmitter in front of about every 2 to 10 homes. Now this is a big problem because we know that cancer rates around regular cell towers are about 3 or 4 times what they normally should be. We also know that there's neurological symptoms that increase as you get closer and closer to a cell tower. Now these new transmitters are going to be placed close to people's homes. It's going to be continuous exposure as with other cell towers, but it'll be emitting a much more higher frequency, high intensity wireless radiation. So we have a tremendous problem that's happening, and people need to understand that the FCC is pushing this technology nationwide. What's also important for people to understand is the FCC is dominated by the wireless industry itself. And the FCC are the people that are given the responsibility and privilege of regulating wireless radiation human exposure standards. So unfortunately, the FCC, whose chairman, who just left and they change with every administration, was the former main lobbyist and the former president of the wireless trade organization CTIA.
So, do we want 5G? Is that a yes or a no?
No.
What's that?
No.
Fantastic. So, let's stop this. Let's stop 5G. Thank you very much.